Well, drove 6 hours from my home state of Maryland to get way deep in the Catskills, and we are way deep in the Catskills. I decided to set up camp in this nice little area here, a little brook trout stream, maybe some small browns, but I'm not going to touch it. Not till tomorrow. Yeehaw!
This adventure takes me to the fabled Catskill Mountains in search of off-the-grid fly fishing, in my constant search for rugged fishing and adventure, and usually alone. As I find myself removed from the chaotic pace of the Big Apple, which is only a couple hours away, the drive was a constant amazement of rolling green canopies of forest that never seemed to end. And at every bend, more wildlife either crossing the back hills roads or within eye shot of the roads, and even a mother turkey with her young brood flying to safety. The mountains remind me eerily of the Smokies, which have clouds seemingly blanketing all the steep mountains.
Nick. Yikes. Well, welcome to another adventure. Calzone alone. I love it. This is the Batavia Kill River, and it's Catskills, New York. Beautiful. Supposed to have brook trout, wild browns, and pretty rugged. I like it. Today, I'm not exactly sure what to go with, since I've never been here before, obviously. I might go with just a small little white floating fly, nothing too exotic. And then may have to switch over to a streamer or something, depending on the conditions. But it's beautiful. Look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? I've been fishing for about an hour with a dry fly, a little teeny white bug. I'm not one of these guys that knows 50,000 different bugs and match the hatch. I can kind of get close, but everyone's like, are you using a Deceiver 14.6.7? And I'm like, I don't know, it's a black little fuzzy thing. That's what I'm using. So it's a high sky. It's warming up quick. See a kingfisher over there. It's warming up quick, as in no winds, which means that fish are very ultra finicky, which means there's going to be a whole lot of crawling, hiding behind rocks, and seeing what I can do. So I'm going over to a black streamer, a black fuzzy thing, and I'm going to see if I can do something. Because right now, besides minnows, those big, huge river minnows, haven't had much of any luck. I'm in really a nice spot. In the Catskills, it's not as remote as I'd like. but it's still pretty remote. Have never, day and a half of fishing, haven't seen anybody else, which is good for me, although we're right off of a road, so you can hear dump trucks going by and stuff. It kind of takes away the nostalgic being alone, which calzone likes. Now time for your calzone tip of the day. Seems kind of fitting. Make sure you always have an exit plan. And I don't know what mine is. I've been walking for about a half hour. I think I'm going in the right direction. You never know. Again, always have an exit plan.
Don't let anybody fool you. Being way off the grid is wonderful, but you kind of miss certain things when you aren't off the grid. Like, for example, pizza! Usually it's, rusty grates and hot dogs and stuff like that, but man, today I dine. This is the time of night it gets creepy. It's like pitch black. I'm in my car just because it's very hard to find places to tent around here. And look, you can barely see outside. But I'm on State Road, lots of numbers and lots of dashes. So I have no idea where I'm at, but somewhere in the Catskills. And I'm hoping the sleep aid from Costco starts kicking in very soon.
Well, as my boys would tell you, every morning, whenever I come out these beautiful creeks, rivers, streams, anywhere, way deep in the woods, since you're usually camping, I'd like to go and literally dunk my head completely underwater and wash my hair, wake up. I mean, talk about ice cold water. It's coming out of a mountain stream. I don't care if it's late July in New York. It is cold and it wakes you up and it feels great. So something I was never taught. You just kind of pick it up as you fish a lot of rivers. It started up in Good News in Alaska. And then all the rivers and streams I've been to is how to read a river. It's funny, you see a lot of these really cool YouTube shows and everything about river fishing, and I think they just assume that everybody knows all that stuff. But this is a perfect example. If you can see over my shoulder, it's a shallow part of the river, and it kind of leans, you can't really tell on camera, it kind of leans off to the south side. So that means this side is going to be so shallow that you want to kind of start aiming towards where all the rapids are kind of running and then running along that shoreline. And I haven't been there yet, but it definitely is going to be a little deeper on that side and probably a good ambush spot for trout. Another example of reading the river is you're looking for bottlenecks where water will kind of run through, and then see here, there's a big bottleneck right there. And as it comes through, as I get closer, you'll probably see how deep it gets. And a lot of times the trout will like to lay low in that on high sunny days. And that's why you have to get a little bit of a heavier streamer to get down there. I'm on the Schoharie Creek, way up in the Catskills. It's a pretty flat area right now, not a whole lot of deep plunging holes. And I'm gonna throw a streamer, see if I can get anything out of these little eddies that you can see everywhere. But it's pretty shallow here, so I might have to do a little trekking, maybe a good mile or two upriver. And you get to come along, except you guys don't have to do the hard part. I'm the one who gets to slip and bust my ass on all these big slippery rocks. You guys just get to watch. Easy, suckers. Feel like I'm on the Good News in Alaska. It's got a lot of similar features. I like it. So far, the fishing has not been that productive, but it's okay. For the middle of summer, I wasn't expecting a ton, just to get out and be away from people. People kind of suck sometimes.
Here's a good example of trying to stay as far back as possible on these high sky, light wind days so you don't spook the fish. I'm standing a good 30 to 40 feet back from where I think the fish are going to be laying deep in this trench. And windy, cloudy days, you could afford to get a little closer, of course, but again, try to give as much distance as possible.
Big pool over there.
You'll also notice that I'm constantly mending the line. If you don't know what mending means, it basically means you're throwing a loop upriver, so that way you're giving your fly, whether it's a streamer or a topwater dry fly, the chance to look very natural going down river with the current. If you're not mending the line, then you'll get a sweeping action, and a lot of times trout will see that as unnatural and they'll shy away from it.
So if you're ever river fishing, usually you want elevation. You want elevation drops. Here is kind of nice and flat, as you can see, not much of an elevation drop at all. Then you come over this way, you can see how everything starts running downhill. That's what you want. All the water gathers in those bottlenecks, big troughs, and the fish love it. Also, you want hard, rocky bottom. If you're in a muddy area, usually not the best for trout, because that usually means that the water's not moving as fast. If the water's moving fast, normally it's going to be hard bottom, rocks, just like this. And this looks pretty darn epic. I'm striking out. I started this morning with a dry fly, had a couple of little teeny minnows, heck at it, that's it. Went to a black woolly booger, and that hasn't done anything. So I may go to the dark side and nymph. Me and my son Charlie have battles all the time. He's a nympher, a nymphomaniac, and I've always loved dry and maybe streamers, but mostly dry. I love maybe it's my Florida Keys in me. I love the sight of a trout coming up and grabbing it, right? But he outfishes me about 5 fish to 1 when he nymphs, and he actually catches big fish. I mean, teeny little nymphs, that big. He's caught almost 20-inch browns on it. So I may adapt, improvise, overcome. Well, I just had a mid 80 degree day, jump in the water for about a half hour. Man, it does wonders for you. And I started this morning with a black streamer. I had 2 hits, that was about it. Nothing really spectacular. Missed them both, that should be my middle name, swing and miss. But as I'm sitting here, putting clothes back on, I see these crazy guys. Let's see if I can get a good picture of these guys. Okay, I see these crazy guys. And I decided to switch over to a fly that's very similar. That's, of course, bigger, but you can see how big they get right there. So, let's see if that sparks the bite up a little bit. Actually, I'm really not even in the mood to fish anymore. I'm in the mood to lay on a rock and get some vitamin C. Here is what I found the biggest difference between a trout fisherman who fishes in rivers, streams, creeks all throughout the United States, and then a Florida Keys fly fishing guide that decides to go trout fishing in rivers, creeks, and streams. This seems to be the biggest difference I've found. Oh, look at that beautiful hole right there. It looks like a laid up brown underneath that rock. Boy, it's just an easy 10-foot roll cast. First, the regular old trout fisherman. And now, the Florida Keys guide Well, I think all the odds are stacking up to make this a probably not very good fishable week, because it's a lot of factors like warm water temperature, low flows. And what I mean by not having good fishing is I decide not to go fishing, because that's not a very good combination for the fish. Water temperatures, I don't have a thermometer, but they're warm. And if you stress a fish out, they'll eventually die. And so I think it's gonna be a whole lot of adventures, just walking and seeing and sightseeing. We'll see how it goes.
In my free time, in which I had quite a bit of, found one of my new favorite small towns called Windham, New York. It made the Clutch and Throttle coffee shop my home base. If ever stopping by the coffee shop, tell Todd and Stephanie Calzone said hello, and great blueberry and lemon bars. Yum!
Found my own piece of paradise. Look at that. I just sat in that nice little pool right here and just let the water run across my back on a little bit of a warm day. It feels so good, and it absolutely helps with headaches for sure. That's a great view. Nothing better for a headache. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I feel like one of those spider monkeys in the Himalayas, where they're all freezing cold, but in those nice hot springs, and they're all all warm and toasty looking. And they all have the white beard. Maybe I'm spending too much time alone.
I never noticed you act so nervous. Could you be falling for the rumor to make me wonder? Now I'm convinced.
I do the train on the road down to San Antonio. Well, I was just...
I've got the sexiest booty tan lines. Oh yeah, look at those booty tan lines. Rocking it.
Well, my favorite phrase I use many times is adapt, improvise, and overcome, which is what I had to do over the 3 days. The fishing definitely was not ideal. Warm water temperatures, low flows, high skies, and actually a little bit of pressure, it looked like. This episode is less about the fishing and more about just having fun being alone. Thank you to New York State for the scenic beauty, the raw wildlife, and the amazing people. I will be back in cooler times, I promise. Until then, another Calzone adventure coming soon.